Happy Easter. I hope all is well and everybody enjoyed their day, regardless of your belief system. I pray that today was good, whether you celebrated or not. I think one of the things that make Easter such a blessed holiday is that regardless of your belief system, regardless of your faith system or what you practice, this is a sacred time. Whether it's Ramadan, whether it's spring and you practice Catholicism or Christianity, even if you practice African spirituality, there is a celebration and an honoring for the seasons changing and winter ending, which is representing death and a darkness, and coming into a new year, a new spring, and light. Hey, Crystal. And so I think no matter what you believe and what you practice, everybody in some way or fashion celebrates Easter or resurrection. And so I think it's just a powerful time, whether we take the time to honor it or not. So today and most Sundays, I try to get back centered and prepare for the week. And I do that through meditation, and meditation for me is not just like sitting down and meditating in silence, but I'm trying to just have a mindful day and stay in a place of awareness. And something that helps me with that is this book I have, The Book of Secrets by Osho, which gives 112 techniques on meditation or awareness or coming back home to self. And usually how I choose is I'll kind of just open the book to whatever page it opens to, similar to how I read the Bible. And so today was technique 8 of the 112 or 114, whichever it is. And it was about devotion and making your meditation a devotional. And I think that is, if we're going to, I guess, celebrate today in regards to Jesus Christ and Christianity, I think, hey, Honesty, I think that is the story of Jesus and Christ, of devoting his life to God. And so that's one of the things I had wrote in my post today is may we all strive to be Christ-like and embody the energy of Christ and embody the energy of love. And I think the only way that we can do that is through making our life a devotional to God. And so with that, it's making all parts of our life a devotional. So with our breath, allowing our breath to be a devotional to God, allowing the way that we speak and walk throughout the world to be a devotional to God, and operating from a centered place of love and awareness. And I think if we do that with a lot more sacredness. And so then we're acting from more of a spiritual nature instead of our more carnal, human or egoic nature. And so making our life a devotional is being the walking prayer. And so if we make our lives a walking prayer, then every day becomes sacred. Every moment becomes about God. Every moment gets to be spiritual. Every moment gets to be religious, depending on what you believe in your belief system. And so I wanted today's meditation to be centered around devotion and just bringing the awareness back to our bodies, back to the connection of mind, body, and spirit, and allowing the breath to be a devotional to honoring God. So, take a few breaths, and I am going to open the space for meditation. And yeah, all right, so get comfortable. You can do the meditation lying down or sitting up, however is most comfortable for you. And whenever you're ready, whenever you're comfortable, begin to tune into the breath, focusing on your inhale and exhale, bringing your awareness to your nose, feeling that oxygen, that air flow in and flow out. Really becoming aware of the inhale and becoming aware of the exhale, and then becoming aware of the point in which our inhale turns into the exhale. Because a lot of times we feel like the inhale and the exhale is separate. It's two separate things, but they are both working in collaboration with each other. They both bring each other wholeness. There is no inhale without an exhale, and there is no exhale without an inhale. So both complete each other. And so if there is no in, if we could just bring our awareness at the turning point where our inhale becomes the exhale. And in that place of awareness, brings the devotion to becoming so aware that we become aware of when God is providing the inhale, providing the breath, providing spirit to flow through us. And on the exhale, we get to come into the awareness of gratitude, of life flowing into our bodies, and then a gratitude for us being able to give it back. A gratitude for the divine dance and exchange we have with God. That our relationship with God is never separate. That we are never not connected. That as long as we have breath, we have a relationship with God. And in this way, we are all spiritual, and that we all have a sacred practice. There is no such thing as being spiritual. There is no such thing as not have a relationship with God. Now, the way that we choose to practice our connection, the way that we choose to show reverence for that connection, all differs. It's all unique and personal to our own journeys. It's all unique to our own heart's desire and how we resonate, what our soul needs. to feel that sense of connection. But we are all in this divine connection with God as long as we have breath. And because this is a season of resurrection, a season of having to die to old versions of ourselves, knowing that we have this connection and this relationship allows us the awareness to know that all is well. Because as long as we have breath, we have options. As long as we have breath, we have the opportunity of renewal. As long as we have breath, we have this space and the opportunity to make that breath, make this life a devotional commitment to God, to love, to being. And every time we come into the awareness of our inhale, we are opening up our bodies to receive God. And that's the beautiful thing about this relationship and this connection, is that we aren't doing anything. Our body, our minds naturally know to receive God. We don't have to be in the conscious awareness of saying, today I'm going to inhale and exhale. From the moment we are born, we know to receive God, to receive breath, to inhale. It is one of the first things we do. So as long as we have breath, we have a relationship with God, and that we are never apart from God. But when we come into the awareness of that relationship is when life gets beautiful. When we get to honor the sacredness of that connection and relationship. We get to have grace not only for ourselves, but for all those around us. Because too, as long as they are breathing, they too are God's child and also have a relationship with God. And as long as they are here with breath, they have purpose. And with that, we can have a lot more grace for the differences we have, for the conflicts we have. Because obviously, God has grace for them. God has made space for them. God has made abundance to flow through us all. And so there's a lot to be grateful for when we look at each other, when we receive each other through relationship. Because they too are receiving God's blessings, that they too are receiving the spirit of breath. And so I hope today being resurrection, a renewing of our relationship and connection to God, how we honor and show reverence for God, not just in our lives, but in the lives of all of those who are in community and in family and relationship with us. The way that that same breath and oxygen and life force is flowing through us, but it's also flowing through plants and Mother Earth and animals and all the elements that support us in our being. And so when we make our life a devotional to receiving God, a devotional to allow God to be in all the things that we do, in all the ways that we walk throughout life, and we show reverence for all of God's blessings, all of God's abundance that is around us. That we get to have great gratitude for the gift of sight, making that a devotional of my eyes is the channel, the lens in which God gets to see beauty through. How different would you look at the world around you if you perceived it that way? That God is seeing through my eyes. Would you take a moment to see the color and the beauty and the vibrance and vitality of the life around you? If with each smell, if you perceived it as God using this sense of smell to smell the beauty of aroma through me, how would you take the time to savor beautiful scents? If you took the time to perceive your voice as the voice God has channeled divine frequency and vibration through to uplift, to speak life into the world, how would you speak? Would you speak with love? Would you speak with gentleness and compassion? If you saw your feet as the vessel in which God gets to guide you and walk the path with you, through you, what direction would you choose? Would you take the time to be in the awareness of where you're going? Making our life a devotional to God allows us to feel God internally, know God, because we are in our being. And as long as we are in our being, we are in relationship with God. We are in the awareness. We are in the awareness that God is flowing through us each and every breath, every inhale, every exhale. And if we're in the awareness of that, I think we would take deeper inhales, slower, more easeful exhales, and gratitude and gratitude to be so in love with life, because it is the life God is continuing to provide us. And through our experiencing of life, that is also God's experience, because God is flowing through us. And so, whenever you need the reminder to come back to that devotional, come back to the breath, come back to the awareness that God is not outside of us, not external, then come back to the breath. Come back to the inhale, the exhale, and I pray that blesses you. Whenever you're ready, come back to center, wiggle your toes, your fingers, and I pray that you can take this with you throughout life, throughout your day, whenever you need the subtle reminder that God is walking with you. All right, y'all. Good night.